Carmella and Corey Graves are teasing a big announcement. Two matches are allegedly already confirmed for next year's WrestleMania. And WWE reportedly had to correct something that Ronda Rousey was doing. So we'll take a look at everything going on here, starting off with Corey Graves and Carmella's big announcement. Corey Graves and Carmella have been building up hype lately for a big announcement that they will make soon. Carmella took to Twitter to tease the announcement even more and said, quote, "We are up to something, can't wait to fill you all in," end quote. They've been teasing the announcement ever since, and they've been asking their followers for guesses as well. Some fans wondered if they could be getting their own series, Corey Graves coming out of retirement, Corey managing Carmella, and just all these other guesses were being thrown out there. A fan guessed that it had to do something with their podcast, and Carmella said yes, but that she can't say anything else until they're given the okay. She then retweeted some links to their podcast, and that's been it so far. One of the best guesses now about their announcement is that Corey and Carmella's podcast was probably picked up by a larger network and will be getting a much bigger platform for their show. Considering WWE's partnership with Peacock, it's safe to assume that if their show did get picked up, it'll most likely be with WWE's partner. Peacock already has a lot of podcast shows on the platform, so it's a really good fit and a good guess. Is Corey Graves and Carmella's podcast about to go from independent to a huge platform? That's what we'll have to continue to keep an eye on. Ronda Rousey's return to the WWE after nearly 3 years of inactivity from the ring was one of the biggest returns we've seen in quite some time. But a lot of fans noticed something from Ronda's first 2 appearances back in WWE. During her Royal Rumble return, Ronda didn't really acknowledge the fans at all. She was ice cold and marched directly to the ring. Even after the win, some fans still pointed out that same weird feeling was coming from Ronda. Then a few nights later on Raw, same sort of thing. Fans felt like Ronda's character didn't really seem to be that thrilled to be back in front of the WWE universe. Now compare those 2 appearances to her Smackdown appearance. Ronda now has a huge smile on her face, tapped some of her fans' hands on the way to the ring, and interacted with the 2 big heels of Charlotte and Sonya. And Ronda's entire demeanor there on SmackDown was much different than what we saw at Royal Rumble and Raw. Wrestling Observer Radio reports that the reasoning behind the shift in Ronda's attitude is because it's something that WWE allegedly went over with her and discussed after Raw. After Ronda's Raw promo, it had some fans wondering if she was still going to be heel. So that confusion and reception to that promo led to WWE allegedly fixing up the presentation of Ronda's character and having her acknowledge the fans that are in fact cheering for her. Some fans argue that maybe Ronda was acting like that those first few appearances because she was expecting the fans to be bitter with her. Remember what happened during Ronda Rousey's first run in WWE. She's a beloved massive babyface, but then the fans started to turn on her, which basically ended up forcing WWE's hand to turn her heel. And this was of course all taking place during Becky Lynch's rise to superstardom. So the fans couldn't care less for Ronda nor Charlotte. They just wanted Becky. And that was right around the time of Ronda's last appearance. She left WWE being this massive heel character that hated the fans, and the fans returned the favor. So when you really look at it like that, you can't really blame Ronda for wanting to portray her character in that light. She remembers how much the fans booed her during those last few months of her WWE run. So she probably came in expecting to be received like the 2019 Ronda Rousey, which obviously didn't happen. Like we talked about before, her return, it doesn't matter who you are. If you're away from the ring for a long time, you're going to get a massive reception from the fans when you return. Ronda Rousey is a perfect example of that. She was a massive heel last time we saw her, but the fans erupted when she came out to the Royal Rumble. So that's what allegedly is going on there. We may see a more smiley and interactive Ronda Rousey during the road to WrestleMania. WrestleMania 39, set to take place in LA during 2023, is already in the headlines because of 2 massive matches that are already being rumored for the show. These two matches being Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch and Roman Reigns versus The Rock. Two major matches that have been in the making for a very long time. Some fans that were hoping to see Becky versus Ronda at WrestleMania 38 were a bit deflated when Ronda selected Charlotte Flair. But reports claim that WWE didn't forget about Becky versus Ronda and how that's been prepped for next year's show. We saw Becky and Ronda interact on the Raw after WrestleMania, and Ronda even threw some extra hints there on Smackdown when she talked about how there's a lot of people she owes a beating to, Becky Lynch most likely being a name on that list. So it's unfortunate that we're not getting the match this year, but on the bright side, it's another entire year for WWE to build on that story that's already there between the two of them and make the fans care about that match even more. Maybe it can be something like Roman and Brock, where we see Ronda and Becky slightly crossing paths with each other until they finally meet at WrestleMania 39. The other reported planned match for WrestleMania 39 is The Rock vs. Roman Reigns. Now, of course, no one knows if Roman Reigns will still be holding the Universal title all the way into mid-2023. But if we had to take a guess, it's probably very unlikely that he has a 3-year-long title reign. No one expects The Rock to come back full-time to WWE to be a world champion at this stage. So, if a world title is on the line in this match, you just kind of figure that The Rock isn't taking the title and having this big title reign post-WrestleMania just seems very unlikely. So Roman would easily be the favorite there under those circumstances. But take the title away from the match, and now, the winner becomes slightly more unpredictable. Sure, Roman's the younger full-time star, so he would technically be the favorite, but having no title on the line makes it feel like it has a better chance of going the other way. Sort of like WrestleMania 28 with The Rock vs. John Cena. There was no title on the line, and it could have gone either way. What took away from their WrestleMania 29 rematch was that everyone knew John Cena would take the title off of The Rock. So the winner became predictable there, so at least with a non-title match, it was a little bit more belief going either way. The Rock shuts Roman Reigns down, puts him in his place, and then walks into the sunset. Or Roman destroys The Rock, proving that he is the new head of the family. That's going to be such a great story and such a great match. It also means that The Rock will most likely be making several appearances on WWE television during the road to WrestleMania 39, which will be amazing to see as well. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.